Every man for himself. What this means to me is not carelessly going through world only caring about yourself without a care or compassion for others. Not at all. Not at all. What it does mean to me, every man for himself, is you've got to realize when it comes down to it, you and only you are responsible for your own happiness, for your own fulfillment. And unless you are happy and fulfilled, unless you are sufficiently well-financed and healthy, you are not able to help others. Tell me if a homeless person can provide a job for someone else. You know, they always say care for the poor. Of course you do. Of course, a portion of everything we earn should be given to those who are genuinely incapable of helping themselves or are in a bridge period in their life where they need assistance. You know, they've fallen and they need someone, a helping hand to get back up. But they are fully in realization that God helps those who help themselves. People that are looking for constant handouts will always be looking for handouts because they're simply placing their faith in someone else's hands and other people's hands. Back to the main point of this video, every man for himself means whether you're talking about business, in the world of business success or financial success, or whether you're talking about relationship success with a woman, you got to realize that at first you've got to make yourself happy. If you live your life inside of let's say a romantic relationship, constantly trying to please her, that will 100% fail every time for a multitude of reasons, but I'll give you a couple. First of all, if you're constantly working to please someone else, that means you're foregoing what makes you happy. And on the number two is when a woman senses that you have basically foregone all of your own, reasons, all of your own happinesses, all of your own wants and needs and desires for the sake of her, you're communicating to her without telling it in so many words that you are more important, that you are better than me, and that I should sacrifice everything I have and own and my time to make you happy, because it's a privilege for me to have you in my life. And nothing will turn a woman more off than a man who has no confidence and that thinks of himself as low. So every man for himself to me means you've got to first realize that it is you who needs to be happy, healthy, financially, well set, whatever that takes for you. Somebody is happy with minimum wage. Somebody is not happy with 2 yachts and 10 homes. Whatever it takes. Nobody can dictate to you what makes you happy. Whatever you like to be happy. For some people, they'd rather have a tiny 1-bedroom apartment, but 100% freedom to go, on a short notice anywhere they want in the world. Whatever it is that makes you happy. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's food, freedom, clothes, whatever, surfing. You first have to make sure, and it's your job, it's on your shoulders to make yourself happy, because you've got to realize that it's every man for himself. Unless we're talking about your parents at the time that you're still growing up, no one else in the world is really gonna care. No one is really gonna care whether or not you're happy and fulfilled. And if you yourself are not doing that, if you yourself are neglecting that, then whose fault is it? If you're inside of a romantic relationship where you've tried all your life to make someone else happy, yes dear, yes dear, yes dear, and you end up miserable and bitter, whose fault is that? Is it hers or you? I blame you 100%, I blame her 0. Every man for himself. Once you realize this, you will lead a much healthier, much more balanced, and much more confident life that attracts others, and others want to be around you. You know, when you openly state what your beliefs are, what you want, what you don't want, what you'll accept, what you won't accept, people will respect you. Who cares about the ones who don't like you? All of them will respect you, whether or not they like you. No matter what you do in this world, there's nothing you can do to make everyone like you. And why would you even want that? And why does it even matter? Your focus should be on doing what it takes to make you happy and fulfilled, without ever infringing on the rights of others, or in any way, shape, or form hurting other human beings. As long as you're not doing that, you can do whatever you want to make yourself happy. And then once you do, you are in a very, very healthy and capable position to make your romantic partner happy, your whatever, friends and children, whatever, happy. But if you yourself are not happy and fulfilled, if you fail to realize every man for himself principle, then you can never make someone else happy. Actually, people will quickly sense that you're miserable, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. And you can't blame them for that. Nobody wants to be around a down, depressed, unhappy, a negative, pessimistic person. Everybody wants to be around someone who's positive, always gets up when they fall down, always optimistic, always open to possibilities, and bright about the future and what they can do, and grateful for what they have, and not constantly focus on the things that they don't have. That is what it means to me when I hear the phrases, every man for himself. You must realize that it is, and to close this, you've got to be bold. You've got to be bold, whether it's in a romantic relationship, whether it's business, whether it's with your friends, in any other endeavor. You've got to be bold. Boldness is not the only ingredient, but it is a necessary ingredient. It's like a butter in a cake. It is just simply necessary, and something that's once missing, the whole recipe will fail. You've got to be bold. You've got to push yourself to be bold in obtaining whatever it is that you want. If you're missing that element, I guarantee you, here and now, you will never get it. If you're missing the element of boldness, you've got to have that drive. If you don't, you've got to obtain it, acquire it somehow, and push yourself to be bold. It is a necessary element to any form of success in business, in relationships, and in every other effort that you attempt. Boldness, what's that saying? The fortune favors the bold. Truer words were never spoken. God be with you till I see you guys again.